For Iris, a difficult task, says Gingerbeard. I'd like her to sit on a chair in the north light for hours at a time so I may observe her. She must sit without fidgeting, without speaking. She must keep her mouth shut. I will draw her in red chalk on parchment and perhaps paint her if I'm pleased by my drawings.
Margaretta can't help herself. She says, "For what possible reason could you wish to render the likes of her?" Margaretta puts her hands on Iris's shoulder. The gesture is partly loving, but partly a negotiation. And why not? Iris admits, when we can barely reach from one loaf to the next. The painter replies, "My reasons are my own. Decide and answer me, for I have no more time for this right now. Tell me yes or no." "Your name, before we come in your door and accept your kind offer." But he laughs.
"My name can't seal a deal. My name doesn't increase the value of my canvases. My name has no place in a world in which Lucas Cranach and Memling and the Florentines show their paintings. Even in my own time I am anonymous, not quite known as the master of the Dordrecht altarpiece. That effort is much admired, but I'm not remembered as its creator. Just call me the master, and my cock's pride will be assuaged. Will you enter, or no?"
They troop inside. The smells in the studio are slightly offensive. Iris picks out the pungency of sappy, new-milled wood, the resin-scented oil, an eggy stink of sulphur, male sweat. She stops hearing the clucking of her mother and the hulking shuffle of her sister. Iris looks at the works once her eyes have become accustomed to the inside light. The panels are limned in red or black line. Some of them are worked with an olive or a sepia wash. A few have been taken further, the solid forms of human beings beginning to emerge from the gloom of the master's preparations. Scraps of paper, scratched with silvery ink, are pinned to the edges of panels. Sketches, she can see, of what the finished work might include. The sketches are largely of people unclothed, women and men alike. Iris grabs her mother's hand and points wordlessly. Margaretta sets her jaw and considers the situation. At length she says, in a voice intended to be agreeable, "Master, is my daughter to sit undraped for you?"
"I am a painter, not a monster."
8 or 9 pieces in process, or pieces started and abandoned, Iris can't tell. Figures who are naked in the sketches appear clothed in the finished works. Iris stares in distress at her mother. Behind the master's back, Margaretta makes a face at Iris that means, "First we eat, then we refuse. Caution, daughter." But Margaretta goes on to remark, "We are in a Roman chapel full of idols. In England, few would sanction such blasphemy any more. Does all of this painted beauty serve any purpose?"
"Who can say what purpose beauty serves? But at least the Roman Catholics used to pay well for work that inspires their devotions," says the master, hunting through a pile of brushes for one to serve in the task at hand. "Back when the Roman Catholics were more than merely tolerated in this land."
"I see the Virgin in blue and scarlet. I see the Christ like a fat Dutch baby raised on cheese. I notice angels everywhere," says Margaretta dismissively.
"I paint my devils, dwarves, and depraved in a separate room," says the master, waving a hand, "the door to which I keep locked. Not superstitious I, but nor do I court the wrath of God any more than I need do."
Iris wants to ask, "Do you paint imps, thwarties, sting demons? The kind that run with soundless howling at the heels of mobs egging them on?" But she can't speak about this. Her mouth won't collaborate with her mind. Margaretta begins to arrange pots on the table in order of size.
"Get on through to the house.
Don't handle my things," the master says.
Out back, go on. Be useful with pastry and broom and boiling water. Go to the marketplace and find a healthy fish for my dinner. Get out of my way."
"What shall I use for coin, master?" says Margaretta.
"My name," he says.
"The master of debt," she says.
"Schoenmaker,"
he answered.
"But the master will do." "It better do."
Margaretta straightens her spine. "Iris, attend your sister," she says. "You are the smart one. Enough of this mooning about, these vapourish sighs. Keep Ruth under your fist. Do you hear me?" Iris nods. "Reliable Iris," says Margaretta. "So off I go, and tonight we eat." Iris keeps a hand on Ruth's shoulder till their mother has hurried out of sight. Then Iris continues her inspection. Since Iris doesn't speak, the master doesn't seem to mind her being there. As he scrubs a patch of green to apply a yellow glow upon it, he mutters to her, or to himself. She listens as she wanders and looks. He has a nice voice, rustly and gruff.
"So your mother, like other small people, disapproves of sacred art? I should pack up my trunks and remove myself to the Spanish Netherlands, where a healthy Roman Catholic faith still requires a supply of religious imagery. But no, though the Calvinists here tolerate the papist presence, even turning a blind eye to the secret chapels, the market for sacred art has disappeared."
Iris doesn't know or care about any of this.
"But 70 years ago, 100, imagine this. Every 8 miles found a clutch of houses with its own small church, and every church boasted a painting of the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. The Gospels are peopled suddenly and forever by the images that artists deliver for you. We did our work, and God reaped the reward in increased prayer. The true consequence of beauty, tell your mother, is devotion."